I'm glad that you listened to that guy, because I agree. I think that people should invest a few years definitely creating something besides their main source of income to kind of make it easier for them, because there's always the chance of it snowballing, where it kind of after like, let's say 5 years or 10 years, it gets like more than your
more than what your active job is.
Exactly. Which is actually kind of a new trend that's going on right now in the world, where people try to create passive sources of income online through different sources, various things. Like the older the internet gets, the more options that basically there are, and it's everything, you know, to do with people and what they do with their businesses and their money and their concepts and ideas that they're sharing online. So I think it's a great direction that we're going in. I personally want to move into that as well with the podcast and the other channels. I'm working on it basically every day, because not only do I love it, but I already see some results on for example, on the creation channel. It started finally earning some money, right? And I watch a lot of people online that kind of build out businesses around things that they love through the internet. I like the YouTube part, creating videos and all of that. It's a passion for me, right? And I think that's the optimum way, like how people can do it. You know, like some people get into, I don't know, trading, but they hate staring at the screen, right? And then they're in front of the screen every day and they're miserable about it. I don't have a problem with being in front of the screen all day and creating videos, you know? So I think one part of this whole thing should be not just sacrificing the things that you know, like, but also doing the things that you love while you're doing it, right? So, I think that people should actually invest more time before they go into a passive income source or a business or something, into finding actually out what it is that they love or enjoy doing. And it's a Steve Jobs quote, right? Because if you love what you're doing, then it's not a job, right? Then you can outwork your competition, because you're having fun, you're playing a game, right? And they're working. And that's a great advantage to have.
It is, yeah. And look, I absolutely agree with you. Like, I mean, you said you are working every day on YouTube, but you know, like, there will be a day, hopefully, where that's going to be like I mean, not passive, but I know like all these famous YouTubers, like they get paid out, like, you know, they're getting views on their YouTube videos, like when they sleep, you know, they get paid. So look, I mean, even like with passive source of income, you have to invest your time, you have to invest your energy, possibly even money at one stage to get it up and running, for it to start, Joe. So you can start earning the dividends, as they say.
Yeah, 100%. Do you maybe know the YouTuber Graham Stephen?
Graham's, yeah, I follow the guy, financial guy, the guy that's so against Starbucks coffee. Is that the guy?
Yeah.
I was part of his Discord channel for a while. Yeah, he's good. He has some good financial advice. I like what he talks about.
Definitely. But I listened to his podcast with Jack and the other guests that come on. I wanted to basically get back to your point on learning to enjoy the money and the rewards that you get. That's something where he is not a role model for me.
Yeah.
For example, he bought a huge house with a swimming pool in the back, and in the last 6 months he hasn't turned on the swimming pool once. Why? Because the heating or cleaning or something is a bit more expensive, right? And I think that's the part where you mentioned, like, you have to release some energy, right? You can't just always keep everything stuck and tight and not enjoy or relax or give yourself some kind of a pat on the back, like, yeah, you deserve it, you know, and just like keep going after it. I think that's the wrong way, because if you do that too long or too intensive, you might even hurt yourself in the long run, right? And I think that his friend or business partner, Jack, kind of realizes that. And he always, through the podcast, tried to push him a little bit into that direction. Like, come on, man, like, let's fill up the pool and let's have fun. And he's like, oh, man, then we have to clean it. Then we have, you know, like, so, yeah. I think out, actually.
There's I think like a lot of people like that we consider like wealthy or anything like that, they have that kind of mindset. Like it is actually, and like I remember like my parents, like they're selling the watermelons, so they do the agriculture, they're growing the watermelons, selling them, so they sell them like on like a market. And then whenever they see someone with like a really nice fancy car, like a Porsche or something like that, like you can expect that person to buy like few watermelons or like the largest one. And they usually buy the smallest watermelon. And like it's a very, like, I mean, like, it's a funny example, but like it just tells you just tells you like the people like that, they don't waste any money, you know, they don't. And again, look, I think it is a bit stupid to a degree. Like again, it's a very fine line. You have to enjoy life, but yeah, a lot of people who have money actually have that mindset. Like the reason why they do have the money is because they were so rigid with the money. And look, as like I know that Brian guy, like he always talks about, I think Starbucks or some of those like fancy. He's like, it's $3 or $5 a day, and like 30 days that's 150. And he's like, I make my own coffee, it costs me like 50 cents. And look, it's just like those small things are like so many subscriptions that you don't use on a monthly basis. Like those things add up, like,
yeah,
you know. So I think everyone has to, like, we need to be smarter with the money. And again, I think that everyone should get more educated when it comes to money, like taxes, money, this and that. Like, I think, like, especially now, like when we move back, like we're starting a company now. We're going to register as a company here, like, because we're planning to do like a few different things. And there's so many things that we didn't know about. Like there's this tax and that tax, and there's tax exemption, VAT, and this, and it's like, you need to get educated on those things. Like you need to know everything you can about money, because again, if you don't, someone else who knows will take it from you probably. Like, you know, there's so many parts where you can save. You can save 10% here or 5% there. You don't have to pay tax for that. And people who are not aware of that, actually, Joe, a lot of money goes to waste, as you say.
Hey, thanks for watching this video. If you want to see the full version, go to the Uncle Gold Podcast YouTube channel or watch the next clip.